All right, so when you first log into your homepage, and if you want to look at the reports, you're just going to click on reports and it will take you to this page here. As you can see, there are many different types of reports, so it's really best if you play around with them and see what works best for you. But I'm going to walk you through a couple of them that I think would be useful for you right now during distance learning, all right, for steps 3 and 4. All right, so if you want to see the activity dashboard, this is just letting you know who's logged in and how many questions that they've completed, okay? And if you want more details on each student, it's over here. If you would like to see their progress, their weekly goal performance, I believe they're all set up for 30 questions for ELA and 30 questions for math. You can see over here whether or not who's going on and who's done it. You can always give them shout outs or recognition or whatever you like. And maybe that's something you award as part of our weekly reward system and incentives that we're going to be doing. And it goes week by week here, so you can sort of see for math and English language arts, all right, for each student here. If I go back to my homepage here, if I want to go into proficiency dashboard, this is one of the ones I like because you can go on and you can see overall how your class is doing and then scroll down per student, okay? So it looks like Gauge is concepts attempted were 5 and the proficiency average was 80%, all right? And then that English language arts, I don't have any data yet for Gauge, but for Tidy, I have 88%, but math is a little bit of in math, ELA is a little bit of a struggle. Now, if you want to see a little bit what's going on, if you go into their mastery score here and you click on this, okay, let's get into that page. It's going to tell you how much time that she spent and the problems that she solved was numbers based 10, operations and algebraic thinking. But if you scroll down here, you can see that she's doing well on these standards. It's the read and write numbers to 1,000 using number names. She's only solved 3 problems and she's still in progress. That's what this means here. All right. And this one it says that she's done 8 problems and she's got 77%. And this is the concept that they're working on. All right. So that's going to give you a little bit more detailed information for each student, not just their mastery, but where they're struggling and why they're struggling. All right. And then if I go back to the main page here, the one that I like for the whole class is this, let me see, the mastery grid, It gives you a good snapshot of your class. Okay, so this is coming to math right now is where it's coming in. And I want to see it by the mastery score. Okay, so I can see that again, if you don't know what these standards mean, if you hover over them, you can see determine whether a group of objects up to 20 has an odd or even number of members. And again, this is based on our Go Math. Okay, so it's Unit 1, Chapter 1, Unit 2, Chapter 2. That's sort of where it's starting them at because it gauged this through their diagnostic where the holes were. All right, so we can see here that he did 0% on this one. All right, and the standard for this was count forward ones within 1,000. All right, but he did pretty good on these standards here. Tidy, on the other hand, if you go down here, you could see this was a struggle area that she had. So this lets you know on this particular standard, which for her is read and write numbers to 1,000 using number names. She had a little bit of a struggle. But again, this is computer adaptive and it automatically assigns remediation for them and work with lessons in that area that they struggled on. So it's really just plug and play for you guys. It just gives you really good reports. And that's pretty much it as far as the main reports that I wanted you to be able to look at. There's always assessment reports, assessment growth. This is if you assign assessments. Right now, we haven't assigned any assessments for them. When you're all done, you can always download data. There is a fact fluency that you can assign when you go to your settings at the top. But we already have our math fluency program that we're doing, so I opted not to really assign that to the students. But those are some really great reports that you can use.